Okay, guys, now let's look at a different problem. How many molecules are there in 4.00 moles of glucose? Now, keep in mind molecules, atoms, it's the same meaning. So that really, we basically doing the same thing. So again, it's either going to be 1 mole over 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms, or it's going to be 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms over 1 mole. Okay, so your conversion is going to be one of these two. Okay, so it really depends on your given and unknown. Okay, so let's start with our given number. Our given number is going to be 4.0 moles. Remember, that's the only number that is in here that they give it to you. That's how you start. That's how much you have. I don't know, maybe you have so many grapes in a vineyard that you grew in a farm and you're trying to make wine. This is how much I have. So I want to know how much of that wine is it gonna make. So that's basically what's happening here. Okay. So anyway, so given number will be 4.00 moles. And then you have your unknown. Your unknown is basically molecules, which is the same thing as atoms. Okay? So it will be molecules. We don't know that. Okay, that will be our answer towards the end. Okay, now the next one is the MM. Now, we're not really using MM yet, at least on this beginning part. So why? And how can you tell we're not using the MM? Because we don't have grams or mass. This is grams or mass, okay? It doesn't matter. So that one is not being used. So really, we're just going from from molecules to moles. So this is the only conversion, is one of these two. Okay, so let's get started with the work. Okay, so we'll do one because the conversion is gonna go here, and you know that the first one, hopefully you already know that the first one is always your given. So there's nothing here in the bottom, or just put a 1, and then we start with your given number. So our given number is 4.00 moles. Okay. And then since this is moles, then the bottom one here, that's moles. Okay, so now we get to decide, okay, well, where is moles on the bottom? This one has atoms on the bottom, but moles on the bottom is this one. So just the way it looks, that's the one, that's how we're going to put it. Okay, so in here, since I want to stick with my colors, I'm going to go ahead and put my red as as the molecules. Because remember, atoms and molecules is the same thing. So it will be 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. Okay, these cancel out. Okay, and then of course you would have your answer as molecules. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and calculate it. Keep in mind that these are parentheses right there. You could also divide that. And you can kind of tell, oh, well, this divided by 1 is going to be that number. You know what I mean? But we're going to go ahead and just put it all together in the calculator so you can see how it's calculated. But again, you could do it individually. Okay, so this is division, and when they're next to each other, it's multiplication. So it would be, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing together, though. Okay, so you could see it. 4.00 parenthesis, and then 6.02 seconds e, that's my exponent. You don't have to put the times 10, and then a 23 divided by 1, close it, and that gives you the answer that it shows in your problem. It will be 2.41 times 10 to the 24th molecules. Okay, so you see how your answer should be as your unknown as molecules. You see how this goes last on the top, and this one always starts at the top. Okay, and you have to make sure that moles is on the bottom. That's how you can tell which one is going to go here. Okay, which was this one. This is the one that goes in there. Okay.